Hi, I'm Teresa Ruth Howard here at MyBodyMyImage.com, and I'm sitting here with Debbie, who is a dancer and a student of mine, and we have had a lot of discussions about things like body, shape, form, diet, genetics, and changing with the possibility of changing your body, or what you can do when you're not an ideal necessarily sort of body type or height. So, like, first of all, tell people how tall you are.
I'm 4'11".
Exactly. So already she's very tiny, she's petite, and you're probably not going to grow anymore.
No.
So that's all she wrote, kids. So tell me, what were some of your concerns?
Well, on my dad's side of the family, obesity runs in that side. So my dad's obese and his mother was obese, and just my mom's side doesn't have that problem, but I was just concerned, how it would affect me and
Right.
how I can prevent that from happening to me in the future.
Right. If it is in fact
If it is
a
entirely
genetic. Right. So what we talked about was the difference between the idea that you can be predisposed to that, but in looking at your family, the idea that they may not have active lifestyles, and the fact that you do dance could be one of those things that abates that. It's like, okay, I could be obese if I just didn't do anything and ate everything I wanted to.
Right.
Or, I'm a dancer, I'm physically active, I don't necessarily have to be obese, but I may have a tendency to carry more weight. And being tiny, would be an issue.
Because it shows more.
Right. So what did we come up with?
Well, we came up with a healthy but slightly restrictive diet, like just mainly eating raw whole foods, whole grains, lots of fruits and vegetables, substantial things, but things with no preservatives, no white sugar, white flour, so nothing that could potentially affect weight gain.
Well, the idea is that, like, sometimes you don't know why your body is looking a certain way. You're just eating the way you eat. And it may not even be a bad thing. I'm not saying bad, good. But it could just be that, like, your body isn't processing processed foods well, or white sugar or white flour well. And sometimes if we strip the diet down to, like, just, like, whole grains, fruits and vegetables, some people like to call it, like, eating clean.
Right.
Which some people have issues with that term. But what it can do is it cleans the system out, and you can really see what is happening. So this is what, your second week? And how's it going? What was your first week like?
My first week was hard because several circumstances came up in which I was kind of put in this awkward position. So I had two different birthday party occasions. One was my mom's birthday, and she was, into buying desserts and sharing them
Right.
and such. And then I went to my friend's birthday a couple days later, so that was like all this Italian food, and like just the appetizer was like a huge bowl of pasta.
And so you felt that, so before this you had been doing pretty well.
Yeah.
And did you feel restricted?
No, not at all.
Okay, so that was fine. Did you have withdrawal symptoms? If I ever did this, I would have withdrawal from sugar.
I did have withdrawal from sugar, and I saw myself eating like a lot of fruit,
Mm-hmm.
which I then later noted that has a lot of sugar, so
Right.
probably to make up for it, I guess.
Right. So you did see that.
Mhm.
And what would you say? Share with us the difference. You felt differently.
Yeah, I did feel a lot differently. I felt less bloated and tired and more... I actually did feel more clean.
Mm.
Like my system... I didn't feel my stomach digesting everything I ate. I just felt like things went through me naturally.
Okay, good. And you slept better.
I did sleep a lot better.
So that's like, so whether your body changed or not, because a week is a very short period of time
Right.
to see change, but you felt differently.
I did.
So so how did you? Okay, so let's go to, like, the foot on the banana peel moment. So you're at the birthday party, and what happened?
Well, they just came out with all this delicious food and pasta drenched in sauce and like cheese dishes and everything.
And did you eat?
I did eat. I did. I mean,
Well, that's good.
I did try to package some of it home so that I would control myself a little bit. Because when you're at a party and everyone's like eating all that stuff, and they might not necessarily be concerned with what they're eating.
Right, you don't want to be
You feel-
antisocial.
Exactly.
You're like, oh God, I can't eat. Get all
Yeah.
Black Swan on you.
Yeah, and my friends, you know, they're especially aware of that because they're dancers too.
So what we talked about afterwards was the idea that, you know, it's not about being perfect, like being extreme, like you can only eat these things, and if you do this, you're bad, you have to go home and like beat yourself in a dark room. No. But it's more like just being sensible, like the idea that you don't want to be antisocial, you want to enjoy the food, but maybe you have your salad or whatever before you go, and then so you can only nibble, so you're eating, but you're not eating as much of that
Right.
as you normally would. Like, you're not having a full plate, you're having like appetizer or like hors d'oeuvre size portions of things where, you know, you just don't eat that. I mean, it's akin to being like a vegan. Have you ever had friends who are vegans?
Yes, absolutely.
I was a vegan for 3 years, and it's hard. It's socially hard because you can't eat anything that anybody else on the planet eats. You can't just eat anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, you have to go, and it's a whole big thing. So you have to learn how to be social within your restrictions, and it's possible. The key is like to just kind of plan and not to feel bad about the idea that you had some pasta. Pasta in and of itself isn't a bad thing. You know, 2 tons of pasta might, you know, weigh you down a little bit.
Yeah.
So, besides that, is there anything else? This is your second week, and Debbie is going to be journaling for us so we can see what she's eating, how she's eating, and how she's feeling, which is the biggest thing. Is like you feel like you're better. You feel better. And then, have you noticed any changes in your body yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
So,
All right. So thank you, and we'll be checking in with you in a week or so.
okay.
Thank you.